The life and times of a great American hero. A young, ambitious city slicker, born and raised in urban America. Quite frankly, he's perfectly prim and proper, caught in the trap of 9 to 5. Is this all life has to offer? There has to be more. This man is ready for action. As of this moment, no longer will he accept only dreaming of adventure. This is a very peaceful estuary in a peaceful part of town. This is the East River. The city streets have been much safer since they installed these streetlights. New York City is only a ferry ride away, but you haven't been there since you moved to Brooklyn as a child. Because of these maple trees, this is a very shady neighborhood. The sidewalks are made of rock.
Sometimes I think something terrible may have happened to Jake. I wish I knew how he was doing.
I have this feeling he's fine, and someday you will be reunited. Don't give up hope.
Ever since that tragic day your parents died, Mr. Quayle has been like a father to you. When you were a young boy, just after moving to Brooklyn, your father built this house with his own 2 hands. It is one of the few things he left to remind you of him. It may not be the nicest or best kept house in the neighborhood, but you value it more than a mansion. It is a familiar gate. You try to open the gate, but discover it is locked. A fistful of cold cash. This is the key to my residence, 10 Front Street. The living room is adjacent to the entryway. This is a brick fireplace. This floor, in fact the entire house, is constructed of the finest lumber available in the New England region. There's a painting on the wall above the desk. There are also a few paintings in the family album on the table. Not far away, you see Leonard's house. This table was handcrafted by your grandpa. Resting on the table is an old family album and a lamp. Memories, memories, memories. Every time you look at this album, it brings back memories. The album begins with a painting of your father and his best man, Mr. Quayle, the bank president, shaking hands after the wedding. You can't help but remember the help Mr. Quayle was during the years after your parents' death. He raised you and your brother Jake until you could live on your own. Here's a painting of your older brother Jake when he was just a baby. You often think of Jake, wondering where he is and what he's doing. And just across the page is a painting of you. You must have been about 18 months old. It is a very, very special photo to you. You carefully remove the family photo from the album. This table was handcrafted by your grandpa. It's an ordinary lamp. This is a roll-top desk. Lost, for who knows how long, is a statement of your bank account at Brooklyn Bank. You retrieve the crumpled bank statement from between the slats of the roll-top desk. This photo brings back many family memories. It is my handwritten quarterly statement from the Brooklyn Bank. On the date of this statement, the balance of my account number 2371, was $200. This is your bed. All you see is your yard. You never cook, but you can't forget the meals your mother prepared here. In years past, this closet was bulging with all kinds of useful things. This floor Getting around town is much easier since this bridge has been built. The railing keeps people from falling into the estuary. The purpose of the wrought iron fence is to keep people from falling in the water. These lawns are meticulously manicured and maintained. This is the beautiful downtown Brooklyn Park. There are fine lawns and flower arrangements. There is a beautiful arrangement of flowers in the center of the park. You pick a few flowers, but not too many, so that others may also enjoy them. It's a lovely bouquet of flowers. There must be something nice to do with them. Some mighty fine maple syrup would probably come out of these trees. This is the Brooklyn Post Office. You see nothing very exciting. There are just a few horses and buggies for sale. It's just a wooden floor. There is a small sign beside the bell that reads, "Ring for service."
What can I do for you?
Could you please check my mailbox for me?
Let me check. I'll be right back. Nothing in your mailbox, Jared. You have been checking your mailbox every day for the last 11 years, hoping to hear from Jake. I'm really sorry, Jared. There's still no word. I know how close the two of you were.
Thanks for checking. I hope I hear from Jake someday.
You are outside the business office of the Brooklyn Evening Star. You see nothing important here now. This is Louise, and she's a sweetheart. You sense that she's attracted to you, but you're not sure why. It's not because of your money.
Hello, Louise. Nice to see you.
It is so nice to see you again, Jared. Don't be such a stranger. You work so much. I worry about you.
What a view. It is a plain desk with a blotter on it. These clippings are very important to you. You find yourself reading them often, wondering where your brother is and what he's doing. These clippings describe the complicated episode of your only brother, Jake. Jake was falsely accused of a crime he didn't commit. Although Jake was promised a fair trial, the townspeople weren't interested in justice. The result would have been a foregone conclusion. Jake's only alternative was to leave town and never come back. When he left Brooklyn, you wanted to go with him. Jake told you to stay because it may be dangerous, but he did promise that he would contact you if something important happened. He left 11 years ago, and you haven't heard from him since. You don't need the clippings. You read them so often you know them word for word. You see nothing important here now. This man is an expert on the Brooklyn economy.
Good day, Mr. Wilson. Are you ready for today's economy update?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
The Brooklyn economy is strong. Property is holding its value. If nothing out of the ordinary happens, this will continue. However, there have been rumors of the discovery of gold in California. If there is any truth to these rumors, it could have a profound effect on the local economy.
When there's work to do, this man is eager to help. Lately, there haven't been any big stories.
Hi. Any news?
Things have been humdrum around here lately. I haven't had much to do.
You look at the books in the bookshelf, but see nothing of interest. This is your boss's desk. He has a very nice desk. Your boss is a great guy to work for. You've never had a single problem with him.
Hi. How are you?
You are a very ambitious young man, Jared. You are going to go places in this company.
Hi. I have to quit my job. I want to search for my brother.
But Jared, you're one of the best. But a man has to do what a man has to do. I wish you the very best, Jared. We'll miss you around here.
You see nothing important here now. You remember playing around the gazebo as a child. You would lose your candy through the wide cracks in the gazebo floor. You see the sparkle of something shiny. Ah, yes. A closer look reveals a gold coin under the gazebo. You stretch your arm as far as humanly possible. The gold coin is almost beyond your reach, but finally, you're able to grasp it.
Jared, go to the warehouse sometime and take a look at the new post I put there.
Okay. I'll do that sometime.
Even from here, it's easy to tell who that is. That is Leonard B. Huge. The sign says, "Keep off the grass." It is a rock sidewalk. This man looks like he's interested in buying your house.
I must sell my house.
You are fortunate to own such a fine piece of property. I like this property, and I'm willing to pay top dollar. Will you accept $850 in cash for your house?
Yes, we have a deal.
Congratulations. Property values are at a premium. You've conducted a prime sale. You're sad that your house is gone, but you'll always have the memories.
Here are the keys. Mr. Quayle will come by to pick up my personal belongings.
You see the East River. The paddle wheel is massive. The warehouse has been built recently. The warehouse has been This warehouse is huge. There's a poster attached to a large post. You see nothing important here now. This is the main bank in Brooklyn. Most of the folks in town have their accounts here. Only the teller has access to the drawers.
How may I help you?
I want to hold up the bank.
My oh my, aren't we creative? The president of this bank made the last person who tried that very sorry.
What is the balance of my account?
Okay, Jared. What is your account number?
My account is number 2371.
Your account balance is $200.
I want to get my savings, please.
Okay, Jared. What is your account number?
My account is number 2371.
Your account balance is $200. Just one moment. I'll get your money for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Here's your $200, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I gotta go. See ya.
It's a mint condition, uncirculated 1848 solid gold coin. A fistful of cold cash. There is a poster on the wall of the hardware store. The boardwalks lead to the stores. The boardwalk is just outside of these stores. This Here, in front of these stores, Water Street turns and heads towards Fulton Street. The Stage Travel building has inscribed on its wall, Stage Travel. Looking at these posters makes you want to go somewhere. All you need is a ticket. Until now, you never realized how busy this man is.
How may I help you, Jared?
I want to travel to California.
I knew it the instant you walked through the door, Jared. You have decided to head west. The furthest west I can get you is Independence, Missouri. There, you'll join a wagon team heading west. The cost of a ticket to Independence is $200. Are you interested in a ticket?
Yes, I want to buy a ticket.
That will be $200 in cash, please. This ticket will get you to Independence, Missouri, Jared. Now I'm about to give you some information you might find helpful later, so listen up. I have enlisted you as a member of the Long Island Joint Mining and Stock Company. You should be able to locate the company once you arrive in Independence. To get started, show this ticket to the man at the livery stable. Have a safe trip. Good luck, Jared.
Looking at these posters makes you want to go somewhere. All you need is a ticket. Just look at all that good food in there. As you look around, you can read First Grocery and Rand's Hardware. This young man is anxious to help you, but you can tell just by looking at him he'd rather be doing something else.
Good day, sir. What can I do for you?
I think I want to buy some fruits.
Very well, sir. I see that your account has a positive balance. I'll put that on your account.
You can find every style and fashion in this pattern book, but you have no use for a pattern book.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
I've heard rumors about gold in California. I figured since you work at a newspaper office, you might know if it was true.
At this time, the rumors are just that, rumors.
That's what I thought. But if they're true, and I hope they are, I'd be on my way today.
You see nothing important here now. What a selection of nails! This is hammer's heaven. This is a very heavy-duty chain. This man has been working behind that counter since before you were born. The man will be out soon. The items close.
Is there something I can do for you?
I think I want to buy something.
Good. What are you interested in?
I want to buy the chains.
Your account balance is adequate. I'll charge your account.
I think I want to buy something.
Good. What are you interested in?
I want to buy the mosquito net.
Your account balance is adequate. I'll charge your account.
I gotta go. See ya.
There are two small booths on either side of the gate that house the ferry guards. Stationed here at the gate is a man whose job is to guide the huge ferries into the dock.
Hello. When is the next ferry due?
Hi, Jared. I haven't had any ferries to guide into the dock today. The ferry only comes to Brooklyn when the stage company requests it.
I want to buy a ticket.
I don't sell tickets. Sorry, Jared.
I gotta go. See ya.
This is Fulton Street. Fulton Street and Front Street intersect here. Fulton. This is a dirt path. The sign reads Greenwood, but that's not important. When you visit your parents' graves, you bring a bouquet of flowers in their memory. It was a dark, damp, dreary, cold, rainy, windy winter night many years ago that your mother and father were suddenly taken in an unfortunate horse-drawn buggy accident. How quickly and tragically they were taken. You never have, most likely never will, understood why. A small cluster of homes surround the church, making it the hub of this little hamlet. The trees add to the greenery of the landscape. From here, you have an excellent view of the East River. You are outside of the Brooklyn Post Office.
What can I do for you?
Could you please check my mailbox for me?
Let me check. I'll be right back. Good news, Jared. You have a letter.
He places the letter on the counter. You see a few letters in the mailboxes. The envelope is tattered from traveling across the continent. There's no return address, but there is a postmark and a stamp. The envelope is tattered from traveling across the continent. There's no return address, but there is a postmark and a stamp. The envelope is you peel back a corner of the stamp and find a gold flake. Jake has found gold. This gold flake is proof Jake has discovered gold.
January 25th, 1848. Jared, this letter is of great importance, as you will find. I live in the area drained by the American River. Today I buried Pa in the nearby cemetery. Only you will understand. Come here quickly. Farewell, Jake. P.S. Bring family photo from home so I will know it's you.
If you were to visit a place with many mosquitoes, this netting would keep those pesky insects from biting you. With chain as strong as this, there aren't many jobs that are too big for it. Oranges can do amazing things to keep a body healthy. This ticket provides transportation from Brooklyn to Buffalo by stagecoach. We interrupt this game for a very important announcement. President Polk has confirmed the reports of the discovery of gold in California. The rush is on. Property values in town are dropping. Ticket prices for passages to California are rising dramatically. Go to California in style. Take the Panama route. Inquire at 12 Front Street. The post office is on the corner of Dock and Front Street. You are outside the business office of the Brooklyn Evening Star. You are at the livery. You are going to see a few horses. The stage is set. You best get on in. California Gold. This man is so short, it's unbelievable. Just outside of the livery, there's a man sitting on the stage.
Hi, do you have a moment?
Hi, Jared. Please wait outside. I'll be right out to help you. What may I help you with today?
Here's my ticket.
So you've made up your mind to go for the gold. I hope you strike it rich. Hey, Harry, bring that stage on over here.
There's a man sitting on the stage. This is Fulton Street. The first stop on your journey is beautiful Buffalo, New York. You gladly get off the stage at Buffalo and embark on a Great Lakes steamer. Lake Erie, Cleveland, Toledo, Detroit, Lake Huron, Lake Michigan. In Chicago, a city with a whopping 20,000 inhabitants, you disembark the Great Lakes steamer only to board another water-going vessel, a canal boat. This will take you to Peru, Illinois, a ride of about 100 miles. After Peru, the next leg of your trip will be aboard a river steamer which will take you to St. Louis via the Illinois and Mississippi rivers. It may seem unbelievable, but you have to change steamers again in St. Louis. You're glad to discover that this will be your last boat ride, not knowing that in a few short weeks you will long for a relaxing boat to ride. You board another steamer in St. Louis and ride about 390 miles up the Missouri River to Independence, Missouri. Hurry up and wait. You'll be in Independence in approximately 2 days. You don't look long before you find the Long Island Joint Mining and Stock Company camp setup just north of Independence. With a great deal of anticipation, you enter camp. These are the wagons that will take you and your company west. Since tents are so mobile, you'll see many of them on your journey west. There's a pig on the spit over the fire. The man is watching the wild pig roasting over the fire.
The pig looks delicious.
I got me a pig roasting on that there spit. I can hardly wait to sink my teeth into it.
This man is sitting on a log, enjoying his pipe and the fire.
Well, hello, youngster. I'm glad to see we've got some young blood along this trip, and we're gonna need it.
There's a barrel over by the fire that weary travelers sometimes sit on. Just one of the many trees in the Independence area. It looks like these men are involved in a deep conversation. Sweat runs down this man's face as he splits wood for the fire. This man is hard at work with the axe. This man is out of breath from chopping wood. The barrels are used for resting weary bones by the campfire. Every camp needs a campfire. This kind of grass is all over Independence. He's just enjoying a beautiful day under the tree. This man is reading a book. This man is relaxing under the tree.
It's a beautiful day to just relax and read a good book.
That's right.
The going will be tough in a few weeks, so I'm enjoying every moment of this easy life. Since we'll be traveling together, I'd like to give you something. Here, take this book. I'd like you to have it.
This man looks like a born leader. You find the man who appears to be the leader of this company and introduce yourself to him.
Excuse me, sir. My name is Jared Wilson. I'll be going to California with you.
Welcome to the Long Island Joint Mining and Stock Company, Jared. It is great to have you join us. My name is Captain Buddy. That's right, Captain Buddy. I'm going to do everything within my power to take this company safely across the country to California. Before we get too far, Jared, there is something you need to know. The company fund is running low. I'm asking all of the company members to contribute everything they can so that we can all make it to California as soon as possible.
You reach deep into your pocket, retrieve all of your remaining cash, and hand it over to the company captain.
Here is all the money I own.
Thank you so much, Jared. You're a bright-looking young man, Jared, and I have an assignment for you. When the plains are turning green from the growing grass and the mud is beginning to dry, we need to make haste to the riches in California. But in order to do that, we're going to need a fine team of animals to pull these heavy wagons. I'm charging you with the responsibility of obtaining these animals. The company fund will pick up the tab. Head south into Independence to find the teams and report back to me when you have accomplished your mission.
The rancher keeps the mules in this corral. He also has oxen, but they're in another corral. It's a corral gate. In the distance, you can see a few buildings that make up part of Independence. There are animals in the corral. It's just an old barn. There's a rancher in the barn watching the animals. There's a rancher in the corner of the barn watching the animals.
Hello, young greenhorn. What can I do for you today?
I want to buy some mules.
You've come to the right place for that. This is what I have to offer you. Mules, young oxen, or mature oxen. Which would you like?
Which animals would you suggest?
Well, mules get stolen pretty regularly. Young oxen are powerful but don't have much experience. Mature oxen tend to be the best choice.
The mature oxen, please.
I will deliver them to your company camp before nightfall. These mature oxen are weathered, tested, and true. I'm sure you will not be disappointed.
I have secured a team of animals, and they will be delivered to camp later today.
I trust you have selected the right animals to pull our wagons across the country. I have another assignment for you. It is up to you to determine when our company should head west. If we leave too early, the plains will be muddy, and the wagons will sink to their axles. And the animals will not have enough grass to eat. But if we wait until the plains are fully green, it may be too late. Then we will face the gut-wrenching thought of encountering an early winter storm in the Sierra Nevada mountains. When you decide it is time to leave, tell me to head west.
Okay, I will wait for the right time.
You see nothing important here now. The plains are still brown and muddy from the cold, wet winter. There's very little grass. These trees are identical to the rest of the trees in the area. The plains are still brown and muddy from the cold, wet winter. You're on the edge of the camp overlooking the plains. You're on the edge of the camp overlooking the plains. It has a worn black leather cover. The pages are edged with gold. Your keen eye has noticed that the plains are growing greener every day. The mud is beginning to dry.
I think that it's time to head west.
Okay, men. Our scout Jared has determined that it is time to break camp and head west. Let's hitch him up and move him out.
It is 2,100 miles to California, but after only a few miles, your company, and every other company heading west, realizes that the wagons are too heavy. You begin what will be the start of a continual process, lightening the wagons. The traffic is very heavy leaving Independence. There must be hundreds of wagons, usually pulled by 6 to 8 mules or oxen on the trail. The trails become deeply rutted, making passage difficult. Wagon axles break, wheels fall off. Wagons sink up to their axles in mud. If they cannot be pulled out, they're abandoned. 45 miles down the trail forks. To the south is the Santa Fe Trail. To the north, the Oregon-California Trail. Very few take the southern route. It isn't long before the first Indians are encountered. The first Indians encountered are the Shawnee and Potawatomis. Much to the surprise of most travelers, and disappointment of some, they are very friendly and helpful. Crossing the Kansas River. You are now approaching the land of the Pawnee Indians. This is the tribe of Indians that is most feared by the travelers. It is necessary to keep a keen watch at all times. The plains teem with buffalo. Herds of them stretch as far as the eye can see. Wildlife is extremely abundant, but the traveling masses do little to preserve their surroundings as they make haste to the west. While traveling the trail, you find those who have gone before you have left a trail of litter and garbage. If there was no trail, you would have hardly noticed. You could just follow the trash. It's a sad sight. Also along the way, you find discouraged travelers heading back home in their wagons. The first major milestone is Fort Kearny. It was recently built by the U.S. Army to attempt to keep peace between the Pawnee and Sioux Indians. Travelers look forward to Fort Kearny for various reasons. Some just want a place to mail letters. Others are interested in how many others have passed before them. Leaders want information on the condition of the trail ahead. The trail is wide and easy to traverse. The Platte River provides an ample supply of water. Between Fort Kearny and Fort Laramie, the company should average 17 miles per day. The upward slope is so gentle that the animals barely feel the grade. Discarding those unnecessary items in Fort Kearny really paid off. The captain advises the rest of the company that this will be the easiest part of your trip, so you'd better enjoy it. Due to the lack of wood to burn for fires, the common fuel substitute is buffalo chips. They burn well if they're dry. If they're damp, they smoke a lot. If they are wet, they are next to fireproof. One of the main obstacles between you and Fort Laramie is the crossing of the South Platte River. What makes this crossing so difficult is that the riverbed is like quicksand. The trail ahead will take the company by the most prominent landmarks of the trek, and also of the West. Ash Hollow, Courthouse Rock, Chimney Rock. All along the way, the wagons have been getting lighter, but climbing the gentle slopes of the North Platte, your captain finds it's necessary to lighten the load even more. The captain also takes note of the need to increase the care given to the animal teams. There is much tough terrain ahead. Fort Laramie is another military station along the way that weary travelers long to reach. Once they arrive, many meet with great disappointment. They're unable to acquire many of the articles they desperately need, such as fresh animals to replace those that have died along the way, or those that will not last much longer. You could have all the money in the world, and it would be useless. They just aren't available. Leaving Fort Laramie, the scenery changes abruptly. From the gentle slopes of the plain, you're now traveling on the sandy, steep trails heading into the hills called the Black Hills because of the dense growth of juniper and pine. It is now obvious that many wagons on the trail are still extremely overloaded, and they have been abandoning all unnecessary items in mass quantities. Abandoned articles consisting of bacon, sugar, camp equipment, cooking utensils, clothes, household furniture, stoves, gridirons, carpenter's tools, blacksmith anvils, crowbars, drills, augers, gold washers, chisels, axes, trunks, spades, plows, large grindstones, baking ovens, kegs, and barrels are everywhere. One company, once in the Black Hills, finally discarded an entire sawmill they planned to operate in California. Anything of any value that was discarded was usually ruined in some way so that successive travelers would not be able to use the item. As for your company, the captain orders that every item that isn't essential to the trip must be discarded, no matter how small. Fortunately for you, the solid gold coin you brought with you from Brooklyn was in your pocket, so you still have that. The letter from your long-lost brother Jake was in your hip pocket, along with a gold flake under the stamp, so that is still with you. The company decides to allow you to keep the Bible, just in case someone needs it later. Everything else is thrown from the wagon beside the trail. The only way to cross the North Platte River is by ferry. The line of wagons waiting to cross the river sometimes reaches 20 miles in length. Impatient companies cut down trees and make their own rafts for their wagons. The scenery changes once again. The landscape is barren and dotted with sagebrush. This desert-like region has a few widely scattered ponds, most of which are poisonous pools of alkaline water. It is a gruesome sight to see the result of one of your animals partaking of the poison. Surrounding these alkaline ponds, the sagebrushes are outnumbered only by animal carcasses. It is a welcome relief to pass from the alkaline territory into the region of the Sweetwater River, where the water is just that, sweet. At the west end of the Sweetwater Valley, the trail crossed a broad plateau to South Pass, the halfway point of your cross-country trek. A short break from the seemingly never-ending toil of crossing the country is taken at South Pass to celebrate reaching the halfway point of your journey, which coincides with the Continental Divide. You are now on the Pacific side of the Rockies. Your wagon train is now entering an arid stretch of land. It will be 50 miles before you or the animals will be able to taste the refreshing cool water of the Green River. Every container is filled to the brim with the life-giving water that will be so valuable for the next few days. The trail across this desolate wasteland is strewn with dead oxen. The animals, as well as you, are parched and desperately in need of water. During this section of the trail, the going gets tough. There are no rivers going your direction to follow. It is just seemingly endless miles of gravel, rocks, sand, dust, steep hills to climb, and difficult descents. As difficult as it is to keep going, you have to keep those big wheels turning. The captain bellows a command, and the animal team comes to a halt. You're at the top of the steep hill overlooking the Green River. That's a brilliant idea. As thirsty as those animals are, they would have pulled the wagon along with everyone inside over the edge of this steep hill. When the oxen return, refreshed and ready to go, you assist in hitching the wagon. Using your Yankee ingenuity, you put the chains through the wagon wheels to keep the wheels from turning. It looks like the company is ready to attempt the steep hill. The wagon starts moving, so you courageously get on. Things are looking good. You are responsible for saving the animal team, the wagon, and the lives of your fellow company members. You are to be commended. The trail gets slightly easier for a few miles as you follow the Bear River. This is a welcome relief. Here, the trail forks. The southern route is called Hudspeth's Cutoff. The route is slightly shorter as the crow flies, but it misses the stop at Fort Hall. Your captain takes you on the northern route toward the fort. Fort Hall. After leaving Fort Hall, the company follows the Snake River through a portion of Idaho. A common landmark is Steeple Rocks, two pointed columns of rock prominently standing 200 to 300 feet in height. It is a relief for your captain to see this landmark come into view. He lets everyone know that the company is right on course. From Steeple Rocks, your team continues westward. About 90 miles west of Steeple Rocks, you encounter the Humboldt River. The Humboldt River is a real lifesaver. It's more like a mud ditch than a river, but it preserves life through 300 miles of arid, hostile wasteland. Tombstones of unfortunate travelers and carcasses lie everywhere along the trail. Although the Humboldt River supplied water to people and animals passing by, there are now other factors to challenge the company. Fatigue is taking its toll on people and animals who must walk day after day after day, breathing dust and pulverized dung. The continual complaining of company members is adding even more tension. There were also Diggers Indians of the Shoshone and Paiute tribes. The Diggers steal and kill the precious oxen or mules possessed by the traveling teams. Gold seekers who've lost their animals are also resorting to stealing animals from other companies. Here the trail forks again, requiring another decision on the part of your captain. The choices are the Lassen Cutoff or the Truckee route. Captain Buddy decides to take the Truckee route. You, along with everyone else in the company, are now beginning to wonder why Captain Buddy selected the Truckee route. It takes you directly through a deadly desert, while the Lassen Cutoff avoids the desert completely. It's too late to go back. You'll just have to make the best of it and hope you survive. It wasn't far from here that the Donner Party encountered an early winter storm. Just the thought of it sends chills up and down your spine. You are suffering from severe thirst and starvation. Life as you know it is nearly over. Unless you do something quick, your company wagon has no food or water. If you follow it, you'll surely die. There's sand all over this desert, but it's of no use to you. From here, you aren't sure if the barrel is real or just a mirage. You drink all the water that remains in the water barrel, but you still need something to eat or you will surely die. The meat looks old, dry, stale, and walked on. The meat looks repulsive, but you're so hungry, you eat every bite. Now you must try to catch up with your company wagon. You are on your way again. Once you reach the Sacramento Valley, you get word from travelers who took Lassen's Cutoff that the terrain was formidable. Perhaps Captain Buddy did make a wise decision. You also learn that the U.S. Army, in an attempt to prevent another catastrophe which would dwarf that of the Donner Party, has sent rescue teams to help those men, women, and children still on the trails in the Sierras. Sutters Fort is a mighty impressive fort. If this critter's supposed to be a guard, he's a poor excuse for one. Looks like he's nearly asleep. There's a guard sitting in a chair by the door.
Hi, what's going on here?
Well, you look as green as grass, stranger. I imagine you just pulled into the fort. Let me give you a few pointers. You're welcome to take a tour of the fort, but there are only a few folks still hanging around here. Most folks have gone to the hills to look for gold. They're hurried off and left their belongings unattended, but you ain't gonna find nothing useful. Seems like the only things of any use these days is a gold pan, a shovel, a lantern, and a trusty mule.
This is just an empty room. The guards watch the gate from here when it's raining. These are the guards' living quarters. A quick look at this mess and you've seen enough. These are the living quarters of John Augustus Sutter. You don't need anything here. This is the fort's candle shop. You don't need anything here. Just outside the blacksmith shop is a wagon wheel. The blacksmith builds a hot fire in this fireplace. The man is a blacksmith, and he's sweating up a storm. You see the blacksmith working inside his shop.
Hello.
Can't you see, man, that I'm as busy as a one-armed paper hanger with an itch? If you'd excuse me, I best be getting back to my work. Hold on there, son. You ain't from the parts around, say, New York, would you be?
Yes, right.
You wouldn't be from Brooklyn, would you?
Yes, right.
Your last name ain't by chance, darn it,
Wilson.
Yeah, that's it. And, your first name wouldn't be, shucks.
Jared.
That's it. And, you got a brother named, dang burn it?
Jake.
Well, I'll be. I can't believe it. Lean over here, young fella, and listen to me close. I can't be talking too loud about this kind of thing. I got a message for you, from your brother. I ain't got no notion of his whereabouts. All I got is a message. He wants you to know that in these parts, he's known as James. That's it, James. James left his trusty mule for you in the fort's main corral. He said it would help you find him. He also gave me this. Ain't got no idea what it's for, but he wanted me to give it to you.
The soot-covered blacksmith hands you a branding iron. Branding irons are fairly common articles in these parts, but this one is a rare brand indeed. Looks like a horseshoe and a key. The gunsmith's shop is an exciting but unnecessary stop on your tour of the fort. You don't need anything here. This is a bunk room for the hired hands. They've gone and taken everything with them. You don't need anything here. This is a bunk room for the hired hands. They've gone and taken everything with them. You don't need anything here. This is the hat and boot shop for the fort. You've got a hat and you've got boots. You don't need anything here. This is an empty entryway. You don't need anything here. Everything made here in the wood shop is made from lumber from Sutter's own sawmill in Coloma. You don't need anything here. This long, lean, lanky man is watching over the mules in the corral. A mule might come in handy in these parts. This mule don't look that bad. These animals This is the most fermented place in the fort. This is the brewery. You don't need anything here. This is the fort kitchen. Nothing's on the stove. You don't need anything here. This is the fort's shoe shop. The boots on your feet are all you need. You don't need anything here. These animals You're on the south side of Sutters Fort. There's a road in front of Sutters Fort that follows the American River to the town of Coloma. The tombstone looks like it was made in a hurry, but somehow seems unique. The tombstone looks like it was made in a hurry, but somehow seems unique. You must be a genius. You take the letter from your long-lost brother out of your pocket and hold it up to the tombstone. A cannon on a tombstone. Interesting. Psalm 23. Ain't that a Bart in the Bible? Through the holes in the letter, you see these characters. R21OOM. It has a worn black leather cover. The pages are edged with gold. It's just a dirt road. This room's filled with bunks. Many weary workers have slept here. You don't need anything here. The grass is kept short by all the animals. This is the lumber room. The wood here is cut at the sawmill in the town of Coloma. You don't need anything here. This is the cabinet shop. Cabinets of every size and shape are made here. You don't need anything here. The grass is kept short by all the animals. This is the entryway to the weaving room. You don't need anything here. This is the fort's bakery. You don't need anything here. Trading store. There's a clerk standing in the store.
Hello. I can tell by the way you talk you're new to these parts. What can I do for you?
I need a pan.
There are a few pans left, but I'm not giving them away. You're gonna have to give me some gold in one form or another if you want to take anything out of this store. Okay, I'll take that gold coin, and here's your gold pan. I wish you the best of luck.
The grass is kept short by all the animals. This is the fort's administration office. The office is empty. You don't need anything here. This is the administration headquarters of Sutters Fort. Things must be running smoothly because the office been left unattended. You don't need anything here. This is a room where supplies such as gunpowder, shot, and wine are stored. You don't need anything here.
Hello.
I can tell by the way you talk you're new to these parts. What can I do for you?
I need a shovel.
I don't know where you're from, sonny, but shovels ain't free here. You're gonna have to give me some gold in one form or another if you want to take anything out of this store.
Here's my gold.
All right, I'll take some of that California gold you found and give you this shovel. We both know everyone needs a shovel.
Hello.
I can tell by the way you talk you're new to these parts. What can I do for you?
I need a lantern.
I'm not in this business for my health, and lanterns are getting scarce.
You're gonna have to give me some gold in one form or another if you want to take anything out of this store. This fine lantern is all yours. I'll take some of that California gold you got.
Here's my gold.
The grass is kept short by all the animals. These animals keep the grass short.
Hello.
I'm the man that watches over all these fine mules. If you're looking for a mule, this is the only place in the fort to buy one.
I want to buy a mule.
It's going to cost you a bit of gold to get your hands on one of these beauties.
I want to pay with this gold.
All right, I'll just take a little of that gold you got there and give you a mule. Come on, get out of there, you lazy good-for-nothing mule.
A mule might come in handy in these parts. This mule don't look that bad. You grab hold of the rope round the neck of the docile mule and take it away. It willingly follows you. You put the branding iron into the depths of the coals. Comes out glowing red. It sizzles and stinks, but the mule takes it on all fours.
Hold it right there, stranger. I need to get a description of that there mule you're bringing in here. Okay, it's a brown mule, a little scrawny, with, I ain't ever seen a brand like that'n. Looks like a horseshoe with a key. Okay, take it on in. If you want to leave it for a spell, almost any stall will do.
You let go of the mule. These mules look the same, but with your frontier savvy, you'll find a way of telling them apart. You grab the rope hanging round the mule's neck and lead it away.
Let me take a look at that mule you got there. Well, it's brown and skinny, and it's got that same strange brand on it. But what's this? What are you trying to pull over on me here? Oops, my mistake. This sure looks like the mule you brought in here. See you later.
See ya.
This is just wild grass.
This is just wild grass. This is just wild grass. This is just wild grass. This is the end of the tail race of Sutters Sawmill. The town of Coloma is farther to the east. Historical note: on the morning of January 24, 1848, James Wilson Marshall found the first nugget of gold in the tail race of Sutters Mill. This discovery changed the course of history. Since then, this area has been panned out. This is a fascinating piece of engineering. There are logs and wood lying all over around here. These men are cutting this log in two. There's a chain attached to one end of the log. These men don't have any breath to spare for idle chit-chat. Someone headed for the hills and left a perfectly good wagon behind. These buildings are private residences. Of all the buildings in town, the hotel is the most predominant.
The boardwalk lines both sides of Main Street. It's a two-story hotel with a balcony and many windows. There's also a hitching post in front. On the side wall of the hotel, you notice a ledge under the upstairs windows. Try that just a smidgen further out of town. You securely tie up the mule to the hitching post. This is a downright fancy counter, and a fancy hotel for that matter, considering it's in the middle of nowhere. There's a man working behind the counter. There are messages in the boxes.
I want to rent a room.
Sorry, stranger. All the rooms are either occupied or reserved. Do you have a room reserved?
Yes?
What room do you have reserved?
Room 12.
That's interesting. No one asked for room 12 since we added the closet between room 11 and room 13. That reminds me, I got a message to give to the man staying in room 11. Would you deliver it for me?
Yes?
What room do you have reserved? Great! Hang on a second. Here's the message. Thanks. I owe you one. By the way, I think room 11 was next to room 12.
Room 11 was next to room 12. You find that very interesting. You can see across the dirty, dusty street into the immense wilderness. This is the door to room 23. This is the door to room 22. This is the door to room 21. The walls have nice wallpaper on them. This is the door to room 13. This looks like a door to a closet. Sounds like someone's coming to the door.
Yeah, what do you want?
The message is written on a folded piece of paper with only one word visible on the outside. Confidential.
Hi, I have a message for you.
The beggar, somewhat surprised that you're bringing him a message, takes it and begins to read it. The man's face drops in some kind of emotion. He looks up from the message and says,
I gotta go. You're in my way, man.
There's a pitcher and bowl sitting on the commode. There's a commode sitting next to the bed. Sitting on the commode is a pitcher and bowl. It's a neatly made bed. There's a ledge outside of the window. Next to the bed is a small rug to keep bare feet off the cold floor. You see nothing important here now. From here, it looks like just a decorative cannon. The cannon wheel is difficult to turn, but as you continue to turn the wheel, you realize that an ingeniously designed mechanism is raising the back wall in the fireplace. You might get covered with soot, but you climb into the fireplace. It's just a hardwood floor. There's something on the table in the middle of the room. It looks like a handwritten and slightly yellowed note, a magnet, a gold coin, and that's about it. There's a table in the middle of the room. There's a table in the middle of the room. There's some string wadded up on the floor in the corner. You snatch the string off the dusty floor. It's just a hardwood floor. You see nothing important here now. You get the horseshoe-shaped magnet off the table. You grab the note, eager to see what it might say.
Dear Jared, if you're looking for gold, then find me. Make sure no one follows you. Your brother, Jake Elias James Wilson Marshall.
There's a bird cage in the corner of the room. You see nothing important here now. You open the window. The bird has a small capsule attached to its leg. The bird's quietly sitting in the cage. You carefully roll up the family photo and put it in the capsule. The bird has a small capsule attached to its leg. The bird's quietly sitting in the cage. Without getting your hand pecked up too badly, you get the aerogram out of the capsule.
As trusty as my mule may be, just follow him, and he'll lead you to me.
You turn the wheel on the cannon and raise the back wall of the fireplace. It's a tight fit, but you manage to crawl through the window. Over the railing you go. You untie the mule and firmly grab the rope that's around its neck. It begins to follow you. This is just wild grass. This is James's cabin. You notice a path leading from the front door of the cabin to the outhouse. Even up close, it still appears to be a normal outhouse. There's a stove in the corner of the cabin with a supply of firewood. You detect the bed has been slept in recently. The rug in the center of the floor is dirty. There are specks of gold in the dirt. There's also a doormat by the front door. The rug in the center of the floor is dirty. You recognize your brother's chests. The table is cluttered with useless items. The only thing of interest on the table is a box of matches. There are many matches in the box. You're out of matches. You take 5 matches and you put them in your pocket. You see nothing important here now.
Do I really have to do this?
Yes. Gulp. You see nothing important here now. The hole in the door resembles James' branding iron. This door has 2 keyholes. You see a small glimmer of something metal. It's not gold, but metal. Your genius is showing again. You tie the string to the magnet. You're full of good ideas. You put the magnet with the string attached through the hole in the door. Ever so slowly and carefully, you lower the magnet down the far side of the door. Time passes slowly. It seems like an eternity. And then, you hear the magnet pick up some metal object on the far side of the door. Even more carefully than you lowered the magnet, you raise it again. You hope not to lose whatever it is that's attached itself to the magnet. Congratulations! You pull the magnet along with a steel key through the special hole in the door. You pull the string and the magnet back through the hole in the door. You have a steel key in your possession. Its purpose is very special. You unlock both of these gargantuan locks with the steel key from the far side of the door. You light the lantern. You scan the walls for gold. You see nothing important here now. I'll be. Looks like a pick lying next to the rock. I'll be. Looks like a pick lying next to the rock. That's a mighty fine pick. You eagerly grab the pick. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You see nothing. You see nothing important here now. Nothing. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You get the gold from the mine wall. You see nothing important. You struck gold. You get the gold from the mine wall. Looks like you rattled some gold loose. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. Looks like you rattled some gold loose. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You see nothing important here now. You scan the walls for gold. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. Nothing. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You see nothing. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You see nothing important here now. Through the still darkness, you hear the faint sound of someone picking. Nothing. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. You reach out and grab the gold nuggets. You struck gold. Your eyes, unaccustomed to the bright light of the lanterns, take a moment to adjust. Although you're still squinting, you see a man across the mine shaft. You've followed a trail of clues left by your brother, and they've led you right here. It must be him. It's been 11 years, but there's no doubt about it. That is your brother.
James? Is that you?
The man across the mine shaft stops picking and turns around. He looks you over from head to toe.
It's me, your brother Jared.
Is it really you, Jared?
It's me, Jared Wilson.
I can't believe it. It's really you. I just can't believe it. Let me get a good look at you, Jared. I still can't believe it's really you. You're looking good, Jared.
Well, I'm looking okay, considering everything I've been through to get here. But I'm wondering about you, James. How are you doing? And what have you been doing for the last 11 years?
That's a long story. I'll tell you all about it sometime. But right now, you and I have work to do. I'm closing in on the finest and purest vein of gold in all of California, and the two of us are going to find it.
Well, let's get to work, James.
You struck gold! I say gold, young man!
You reach out and grasp the gold nuggets.
You struck gold! I say gold, young man!
You reach out and grasp the gold nuggets.
You struck gold! I say gold, young man!
You reach out and grasp the gold nuggets. Nothing.
Hey, James, look at this.
That looks strange. I wonder what's going on here. Keep on going, Jared.
Look at this.
Keep on going, Jared.
Oh my, look at that!
Keep swinging that pick, Jared. It's almost big enough to get through.
My heart is pounding, James. What do you think is behind it?
I don't know, Jared, but my knees are getting weak.
The hole is big enough. You scan the walls for gold. There's a natural underground cavern on the other side of the mine wall. With great anticipation, you crawl through the hole into the underground cavern. For a moment, you and James stand in awe of what you found. The silence is broken only by echoes of the splashing stream winding through the cavern. The light of the lantern reflects a golden glimmer all around you. This must be a dream.
What we found here isn't fool's gold. This is gold. Pure gold.
Courage, commitment, and perseverance have made your dream come true. Infinitely beyond your highest hopes or aspirations. Thank you for playing. Who knows what'll happen in the future?